Hello, Charles Fockaert on November 3rd, 2018, and I welcome all of you. Thank you for your support of this channel. This video is on why I don't vote for the lesser of two evils. Why I don't vote for the lesser of two evils. If you haven't seen my previous video, why I don't vote, you might want to watch that one. I want to tell you up front here, I'm also on Minds now. I've been on Minds since January of 2017. I'm also at BitChute in case I get the boot here on YouTube. And I want to encourage us, these other programs, software programs, BitChute and Minds. I tried to use Minds. Man, that's a real... and there's only one video that I found that helps you understand what's going on at Minds. But they just got $6 million. That's what we need. We need some... Where's the George Soros of the white race? Why are so many of you wealthy people hanging on to your money? And you got to buy that new house over here. You got to have 4 houses. You got to have 16 cars. Got to have your airplane. You got to have your jet ski. You got to have your boat. Got to have your snowmobile. You got to have this. You got to have that. And you don't give a rat's ass about what's going on. And you keep your money to yourself. Just $5 a month. Got 100 people giving somebody that's willing to put his neck out there. 100 people, $5 a month at $500 would go a long way. But nope. You got to have that new. You got to watch that new movie at Netflix, and you're gonna get. Anyway, I don't want to go off on that, but folks, we're getting our ass kicked because we don't realize we're in a war, and we don't want to support the people that are in the front lines of the battle. We don't want to put our money, well, even our mouth isn't even there, so we don't want to put our money where our mouth is. Folks, we could win this. We could win. And there's signs, encouraging signs that the sleeping giant is waking up, the wrath of the Saxon. And these our enemy is worried. They're very, very worried, folks. Now's the time to pile it on. Let's move on. Why I don't vote for the lesser of two evils. A lot of people back in 2016 were lead up to the election, 2000. Well, if Hillary gets in, we can't let Hillary get in. We got to vote for Trump. Got to vote for Trump. Well, I'm of the opinion that it would have been a good thing for Hillary to get in, because that would have woken up a lot more people than what we got now. We got a lot of people putting their faith in Donald Trump. Mr. Andrew Anglin over there still calling Trump the savior. And I tell you what, I'm sticking with my perspective, my opinion that Donald Trump was put in there as the Pied Piper. He's playing the tune. He's telling people what they want to hear, and he's got them all worked up, not having me worked up. I ain't buying this yet. I'm not buying this QAnon stuff. I'm not buying this deep state stuff. I'm not buying this gonna clean the swamp or drain the swamp stuff. Those are all good little cliches and talking points. I'm not buying this, he's waiting till after the election. I'm not buying this, what happened to the military tribunals? I'm not buying it, folks. You know why? Because there's a lot of things going on in the background that's not being addressed. There's still, let's talk about Trump for a minute. He damn well knows, he lived in New York, he damn well knows that 9/11 was pulled off by Israel. And don't tell me he doesn't know that. Because if I know it, he knows it. He won't go anywhere near that. You know why? Because he supports Israel 150%. Netanyahu buddy with Netanyahu. He moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which is what Netanyahu, I don't want to use an obscene term here, but man, this man, he went ecstatic over that support and that he got from Trump on that. We got wars going on. The troops never came home from Afghanistan, did they? They're still over there defending or watching over the heroin, the poppy, the opium production over there, while we have an opiate addiction problem here in the United States and Europe, white Europe. We got Trump in. Everything's going to be good now. It's going to be better than it was if Hillary would have got in. We got geoengineering still being sprayed. Trump don't say a word about that. We got white Africans being slaughtered in South Africa. Don't say a word about that. We've increased the budget for the military. We've increased the budget for the intel. It's just, the amount of money they're spending to surveil us is just unbelievable if you look into it. Trump is pushing 5G, which is going to be total surveillance. You're not going to be able to go anywhere without them knowing where you are and who you are and what you're doing. Trump's pushing facial recognition. Facial recognition. He's giving them more money. He wants this to increase that, get it going. Works in, fits in, complements 5G. 5G, the electromagnetic waves is what they use. They have a new weapon out there that basically heats your body up, and you run away because it's a natural reaction. I forget the name of it. I'll look into it. But it's electromagnetic energy, and it's beamed onto you like a laser. And don't you think for a minute that they're not going to use that against us. Back to the facial recognition. We're not going to be able to fly, even in the United States. A little leaven the whole lump. They start outside the country. Only those coming in from outside, non-American citizens. And then, if you're going to leave the country, even if you're an American citizen, we want to know who you are and where you're going. And then they make it so that you can't even fly domestically without the facial recognition. And then it's going to be trains and boats, and if you want to get into a national park, it's just going to proceed, folks. And Trump's okay with this, but he's your savior. He's your man. Very interesting to see what happens with these immigrants, these invaders. They're not immigrants, they're invaders. We're being invaded by military-age, able-bodied men, non-whites, coming into a white country, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. What about the Fed? The Federal Reserve. They've ruined the financial and economic system in this country with usury, debt. Trump doesn't say a word about that. In fact, he loves debt. He knows how to use debt. He knows how to borrow that his fellow Esau Edomites give him the money. He builds casinos, which is an all-cash operation. Then he files bankruptcy. I want to see his tax returns. And my previous video, I said I don't vote. This is one reason I don't vote. I want to see Donald Trump's tax returns. We're not even required to file tax returns, but I damn well want to see his. And his buddy there, Kushner, or what, Jared Kushner, ripped up. He didn't pay his fair share, did he? No. They don't pay their fair share. They got their offshore bank accounts. They got 1,001 Jewish lawyers that show them how how to use the system to legally, and then they go before a Jew judge, and if they ever get called on the carpet to explain how they evaded taxes, they get off. When's the last time, besides Madoff, who made off with fellow Jews money, when's the last time you had anybody non-Caucasian get hammered for tax evasion? No. Maybe I'm wrong. Put it in the comments if there's a Esau Edomite that got convicted of tax evasion, folks. I'm sticking with my estimation, my perspective, my view, my understanding that Donald Trump is a Pied Piper. He's going to lead. He's there to keep the people, the Caucasians, the upset, the red states, the blue collars, we're very upset with what's going on, but he's going to keep let off on the gas. Everything's fine. I'm doing what I can. We're going to take care of the deep state. We're going to drain the swamp. We're going to take care of we're going to do. But on the other side, on the back side, behind the scenes, there's other more important and or equally important events and shenanigans taking place that are outside the mainstream that nobody's talking about. And those are the topics that I like to address, because this facial recognition, 5G, this electromagnetic energy, here's another thing. Electromagnetic energy is a new industry that we could be developing here in the United States. I saw 2 electromagnetic propelled devices in the park, St. Mary Campground, August 2010. I saw them with my own eyes. I know they exist. We could be developing that technology here in the United States, and we would have a boom in our economy, not a mention out of Trump. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. I hope I made my point about why I don't vote for the lesser, because all you do when you vote for the lesser of two evils is you keep getting evil. You get less evil, but you still get evil. And evil and evil and evil over my lifetime. Here we are, because we've been voting for the lesser of two evils. Stop playing their game. Refuse to go and be in their system. Tell them that we need men that are going to do what needs to be done on all the topics I addressed in my last video. Stop the support for Israel. Get rid of the Fed. Back to sound money. Quit the wars. Reduce the budget. No more abortions on demand, etc., 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 etc. Not being discussed. I'm not going to vote for the lesser of two evils. And may the grace of God our Father, 2 Chronicles 7:14, when we get on our knee, and that's coming, the collapse is coming. May His grace be upon us all, for we most certainly need it. See ya.
Man, them crackers ain't gonna let us do that. No, you crazy? Man, them crackers ain't gonna let us do that. No, you crazy? Man, them crackers ain't gonna let us do that. No, you crazy?